Hi everybody, and welcome to Traveling with Russell, and welcome to a new video, and welcome to beautiful sunny Moscow. Today I thought I'd show you something rather interesting. Perhaps you didn't think this was a thing in Russia, however it really is. Have a look behind me. We're gonna go see some caravans. If you're wondering where I am, I'm actually very close to VDNKh, the very famous park in Moscow. And then have a look right in front of us here, Cosmos Hotel, the rather famous, huge Soviet hotel building. And then in the car park across the street, they've got a caravan market or a caravan sales area, and they've got a whole lot of different vans. Now they've actually got a mixture of motorhomes and caravans. Now it is awfully sunny today, so excuse the sun coming out, and I thought we could have a look around a couple of them, thanks to the very nice people here who have all of these for sale. And I thought it might be interesting to see something slightly different than some of my other videos. And we'll go and have a look inside a couple of these different vans and see what they're like. This place where I am here is super interesting because I've known about this company for quite a lot of years, and I've never took the time to have a walk over here and have a look around. And also it's really hard to find their office for the company that sell all of these vans. So finally we've got a chance to make a video and have a look a little bit closer. So there is quite a few different vans on display here and a lot of motorhomes, and I was really interested to try to see a Russian caravan. And there's one model over here that's from Nizhny Novgorod, and actually it's branded for the store here that's selling these vans. The actual company is called Yacht on Wheels. And I think even that's just a fun name in itself. This is a traditional tow-behind caravan, and any large vehicle or four-wheel drive would be able to handle this. A Russian-made caravan. This is what we come to see. Now, this is parked right in the corner. However, we can have a look around. This is actually brand new. It's only been used once, just for a test. Let's come on inside and have a look at this place right here. So basically there's a seating area, the sofas fold down for the parents' bed or the double bed, and then as I walked in here on the left hand side, there's some bunk beds. You can see the plastic is still on there. A little kitchenette right here, lots of storage, all of the functions for the battery and electrics right here. And I'm curious, there is actually a shower and toilet as well. Literally brand new. And this is Russian made. What do you think, everybody? Could you use something like this to go for a trip? Actually, if I spin around, you can see the bunk beds a little bit more. Very much designed for families, and not necessarily designed for staying inside the caravan for long stays. It's more about going somewhere, parking up, and then enjoying the outdoors. This is the look of the caravan from the back, and very much traditional looking caravan that you'd get anywhere in the world. However, a few spots of snow. This is very unseasonal weather here in Russia right now. And there's another tow-behind caravan here. And this is actually a company from Slovenia. Now, if you might know this name, let me know. Bostena. And then there's a couple more of the traditional motorhomes. We'll go around the front and have a look at those. So the model right in front of me here, and then the couple of models here on the left hand side. These are brand new models. Now they're actually built in Slovenia. Now I would never have thought, of all the countries in the world, That's the hub of caravan manufacturing, and these are actually Fiat chassis, and I'm pretty sure Fiat are from Italy, if I'm not mistaken. And then what happens is they buy the chassis and the base, and then the company that's making this one is called Adria. And then over here on the left is Sun Living, and then there is Bertsta. I'm pretty sure I'm getting all of that completely wrong, but we can get a look at this one right here. And this is really interesting. I think I didn't actually go inside just yet. The gentleman's been so nice to switch the lights on and put the engine running as well. You can see how new it is. Actually even smells fresh and new. This came into Moscow around about a month ago. That's how new it is, literally. And this sleeps 7 people. So there's the bed at the top here, and then the seating area right here. I guess that's the secondary seating area for the kids perhaps. Let's just spin around as much as we can. I'm trying to be polite here with my shoes. Kitchenette right there, and the bunks at the back. Very nice. And I think again this is gas. Let's have a look. Oh, look at the bathroom right here. Nice shower area, and then toilet, even the fancy sink. That's really something. Very nice. All the different cupboards for storage. I think, yeah, check that out. There's actually some more of the blankets and the pillows. Super nice. Brand new. All the way from Slovenia. I imagine that's quite a drive to get over here. I'm curious how they actually bring them in. Do they drive them here? Or do you think maybe that they're brought on a truck? Oh. There we go, that's how you create the extra bed. You fold down the back of the chair right there.
Small bed for children.
Yeah, so this is a 7-berth motorhome and lots of space. I think this must be a stone countertop because it's very cold on my hand. This is beautiful inside. Of course, I'm not giving a full detailed walk around specific models, just a general look at all the different models they've got on show here. And this gentleman here, Valentin, is being gracious enough to open a few of them for me. Pretty sure this is the garage, they call this at the back here, where they've got storage. He's got this very big bag of keys for all of the places, and we can actually even get a look. Oh, big storage.
This is
oh.
bed, and
right.
bed, up, down.
Wow, so you can actually sleep. Oh, the kids will be fighting for this, I think,
yes.
in the back. And then you could put...
And you keep your
bicycles, right, yeah. Scooters. That's really neat.
We have
yeah, outlets for power. I think USB.
And, this place have
heating as well. Very nice. If anybody's interested in what model this is, it's called the Coral XL and 650 DK. If you perhaps want to look it up, let's keep walking and have a look at some other models. I want to show everybody the Cosmos Hotel one more time, and I'd really love to stay there for the night and make a video about this hotel because it's so iconic, and the fact that it overlooks the very famous VDNKh Park, which is on the opposite side of the highway right here. And then you've got all of these motorhomes parked up in this car park, and we're going to get a chance now to go and see one of these Russian-made mini caravans. I think that's the right word. And quite a lot of the models they've got here are both brand new and second-hand, so people come here and sell them or trade them in. And where you see the new models there, there's not even the license on the front yet. Another one of the Sun Living models.
This is Slovenian car.
And then we're going to have a look at the Grasshopper. I really find it fascinating to have a look around some of these different models. And Valentin was telling me there that this model next to the Russian one is from Slovenia. And he's quite quick to point out the fact that there is differences between Russian-made vans and imported ones. And this one's designed for off-road, so it's got independent suspension. And then it's actually designed also for winter, and it's got diesel storage right here on the side. So this is called a Grasshopper, and that's the actual model of these caravans. There is actually two different ones next to each other here. So there's an even smaller one, the 330, and I think that's the size, 3.3 meters. And then this one that we're going to go look inside is 3.9 meters. And again, these are all brand new. This is actually built in Moscow region, not too far from here, but definitely made in Moscow area. And as we first come inside, there's bunk beds again for the kids and a small seating area. And then going on inside a little bit more, you'll see the double bed there for the parents. Now, of course, depending on whoever buys these, it might be someone living alone. Now, a lot of this is designed around how many berths there are. So generally 4 berth, 2 berth, 7 berth. The kitchen, got the fridge right there, storage, and then here's your functions for the heating also. And then come inside the toilet. You've even got a window and a view, and then the shower as well. Very nice. This is a very cozy caravan as well, with different controls. I've never stayed in a caravan before. Can you believe that? As I'm coming here to make a video about it. And then little kitchenette, cupboards, everything needed for life. Of course, these are all brand new. It doesn't take too long for them to get a little bit dirty. They just need a rinse and a wash. With the way the weather is in Moscow, it just takes a few days of snow and they would need cleaning again and again. And there's some more models back here as well. Actually, one more over here. I thought I'd come inside the hotel for a few minutes, actually to warm my hands up. It's sunny outside, but it's really cold. And just to show you the lobby of this hotel, and this is very Soviet Russian. This was actually built for the Olympics in 1980. So I'd imagine if you go back about 5 years before that, this hotel would have been planned and designed. Thought it was interesting to show this. As I'm walking around in the lobby here, have a look what they've got. They've got a robotic ice cream maker. And the lady here is giving me funny looks. But you can actually order an ice cream off the screen right there and get yourself a robot-made ice cream. I think a lot of you who might watch the channel for a long time know I come to a lot of conventions. Now, I'm not coming to this particular convention. However, it's a chicken convention. How many people have been to an international chicken convention before? This is the 2025 edition of it here in Moscow. How interesting is that? I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to walk out of the hotel and across the road, and I think we'll have a few minutes walking in VDNKh, and all the people here are all here just to talk about chickens. Who would have thought that you could possibly have a chicken convention? I think we need to look around one more caravan, and if you're thinking it's made in Russia, you'll have to think again. This is made in Sweden. of all countries, and the brand is called Yakhty. Now, if anybody knows this brand of caravan, definitely let me know in the comments if any of these are familiar or not. This is called the Royal 520 XLKS. So I think they've got enough letters on the model right here. You can see also some more of these motorhomes. And Yakhty, has anybody heard of this name before? This is brand new. This is actually imported from Sweden into Russia, and this doesn't have a step to get in because it needs to be switched on. Let's come on inside and have a look around. And this has a very nice sofa here, this wraparound sofa which doubles as a bed at the same time. Lots of cupboards, and then as we swing around, it's always hard to give that perspective with the camera, so I'm doing my best. Nice big kitchen area as well. The oven is gas powered, and then the gentleman was telling me that the fridge is also gas powered as well. Spot for a TV right there. Lots of storage cupboards. And then the fridge. Oi. He just opened this for me. Let's do the freezer instead. So the actual fridge doors can be reverse opened from one side or the other. I always feel a bit hesitant to start pulling any handles. Nice big bed in the back here. Nice full-size bed as well. I think more cupboards. And then the toilet and shower also in the back. And again, these are all full stand-up sizes. Now, of course, if you're very tall, it might be a bit of a challenge. But what do you think? Now, what the gentleman was telling me here was about the design of this. Because it's made for Swedish climate, it's actually got underfloor heating. It has 4-centimeter panels or insulation in the walls. 40mm is what I should be saying. So this is designed for the cold weather, and I think perfect for Russia at the same time. Has anybody seen or been in a Swedish caravan before? Let me know. The Cosmos Hotel here, perhaps to a lot of people, isn't beautiful to look at. However, for a lot of people who have been to Russia before and have been to Moscow or some of the major cities, there's something very interesting about it, and just the design and the brutalist nature of how they designed buildings back in the 70s and 80s here in Russia. And I think, you know, in the few years that I've been here, it's very interesting to go to different parts of the city and walk around. It's just approaching sunset now, and I was just checking the weather, and I was thinking it does feel a little bit cold, but it's not that bad. It's actually -12 right now, so perhaps it's colder than what I thought. And you would think out the front of the Cosmos Hotel they would have a statue of somebody famous from the USSR or the Soviet Union. But have a look on the plaque right there. It's Charles de Gaulle, who was, I think, the president of France for quite a lot of years. He was also very well known during the what would be called the Second World War. Here in Russia, it's the Great Patriotic War. And the French president hanging outside this hotel, and this incredibly big statue of him as well. It's probably hard to give you an idea of how big this is. This hotel is incredibly large as well. Would you have possibly thought there'd be a French president here in Moscow? As I make my way across the road and towards the park and then eventually home. So this is the hotel right here. And this was where we were looking at all these caravans and they have this fenced off area for them, nice and secure. And then across the road they've actually got all of the additional models. Perhaps you can see just there in between the overpass of the highway. So they've got plenty of stock. To get across the road there's actually an underpass, and then you've got the very famous shops here underneath the underpass. And even when it's -12 winter, we can still buy pineapples and strawberries here in Moscow. There's a nice cafe here as well, and then always shops with underwear and mittens. There's even a koala right there in the shop. Who would have thought? Everybody going to and from work now or school. Maybe we need some perfume. Only for $30. I wonder how original they are for this price. More snacks. And there's always a glasses shop in these underground stores. Even though there's not a snowflake on the ground, we've still got some of the holiday trees up. I'm pretty sure in the next week or so they'll start bringing these down now, because you really need snow and cold in winter. The polar bears aren't enough to make us feel like we're in cold weather right now. This is a very beautiful place, by the way, to come walking. VDNKh, you could make, I think, 3 or 4 videos in there, not just one, walking around. It's such a very big place. And then you can actually see off in the distance the Sun of Moscow, which is a very large Ferris wheel. I think it's the largest one in Europe, if I'm not mistaken. And then here on the left is the Museum of Cosmonauts. Very amazing museum dedicated to space flight and the Russian cosmonauts of the past and present. And have a look, despite the weather, all the people walking down to the park just like we are. If you're still watching, I appreciate you getting to this point in the video. I'm going to briefly walk around the entrance here of VDNKh and show you some of the decorations. I would love to come here when it's snowing and white everywhere, but I wonder now if we've seen the last of the snow in Moscow, because it's not as picturesque and beautiful for videos. However, walking in the grand entrance here is really quite something, so I want to show you that as we end the video. From here, Hotel Cosmos looks really quite small. When you're standing under it, it's just huge actually. And then the first of the decorations, and what a lot of people come here for in the evenings in December and January is they've got a very big ice skating rink here, and even though there's no snow on the ground, people can still ice skate even with the colder weather. Have a look at this entrance. I've done quite a few different videos at this park, and I think I could keep making them because it's just so fascinating to see some of the buildings and the architecture that's been put into this place. You can see the wheel there in the distance, and then Ostankina television tower is off in the distance as well. And these places look really small on camera, but in person they're very, very large. Even this entrance as well, it's so palatial. I think that's the best word to describe it. If you are ever in Moscow and plan to come to this park, I would even suggest to come perhaps for 2 days, or if you're going to come just for 1 day, come nice and early, because there's a lot to see and take in as you walk around. And especially in winter and summer, there's a different feeling to the place, and all the decorations that they've got set up and these light structures. It's really quite something. Now, a lot of people who are walking on further, the ice skating rink is on the opposite end of the park. So a lot of people perhaps are walking there. And even despite -12-degree weather, people in Russia still come for a walk in the park. Of course, you wear some extra layers and warm up a little bit. Just have a look at the building there in the distance. And this is just the main entrance part. There is actually a theme park off on the left. Pretty sure that would be all closed down now. And there's different parts of the park where you can just go and walk in the woods. And there's different areas set up with walking trails. And there's a river at the very back of the park as well. And then all the different buildings that represent the different former Soviet republics of Russia. And how nice is this? I didn't even think to turn around and have a look at the entrance that we just walked through. You come here so often that you sometimes forget where you are and just how large they built this place. And of course it represents all of Russia and what was USSR, and you can understand why they built it so big to represent the entire country. As we come to the end of the video, I really hope you've enjoyed this walk around briefly of VDNKh. There is other videos of this place on the channel already which you could check out, and of course the real meaning of the video was to go and see some Russian caravans or Russian motorhomes, and I found it very interesting that we saw some from other countries, from Slovenia, from Sweden, and then of course the Russian-made Grasshopper. I even wonder if we have grasshoppers here in Russia. If somebody is from Moscow or Russia, let me know. Do they exist? I would have to think they do if they've named the caravan that. Let me know in the comments. And I really hope this video was interesting. I love coming to this part of Moscow, and it was a bonus that this caravan company was there. I will put the listing of the place in the description of where it is, and their website if they have one. I think they do. And the place was actually called Yacht on Wheels. And the gentleman was explaining to me the name, and I find it a little bit funny. It's more like a house on wheels, really. But in Russia, they're naming it Yacht on Wheels. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. That would be super nice. Let me know in the comments what you think of seeing some Russian caravans and motorhomes. And would you like to see more videos like that? This video has almost turned into a vlog style by going to some different places. And I like to just make the videos about a specific topic or title. But I think it's come out nice. I hope it has. And if you want to follow me on Telegram, the link to my channel is right here. And then if you want to watch another video on the channel, click this link and you can keep traveling with Russell. Okay everybody, I'm off on another adventure. Bye.